Welcome everybody, we are now entering into game number 3, the final game of this semifinals. We're going to be watching All For One Gaming's Gatored. He is the Protoss in the top middle, going up against ThisIsJimmy. He is a Terran in the right. Map is Metalopolis. It is normal Metalopolis, not MLG, which means these guys are probably going to be scouting ground positions first, which also means these guys are going to scout each other last. That's a little bit of a prediction about how this game is going to go, but last game was the same exact positions on Shattered Temple, and Jimmy lost to Gatored's very interesting 4 Warp Gate Warp Prism drop, which is a very strong style of play that we've seen out of a lot of guys. I forget who the first person I ever saw do that was. He was a Protoss who was streaming. He, oh my god, who was it? I don't remember his name. I think his name started with a C. But, oh well. I'm saddened to say that I forgot his name. He smurfs under Lai Chi or something on the Europe servers. I forget what his actual name is. But that is enough. He is Lai Chi for all intents and purposes. As Jimmy's going to throw down a bunker, or a barracks in the exact same spot, as my voice just goes and decides to just stumble all over itself. So that aside, we'll see what these guys are going to be doing. Whether they're going to deviate. Gatored might just sort of discourage Jimmy from fast expanding because of that last game, the damage that Gatored was able to do. But so far, everything is normal coming out of both players. Alright, so I am trying to drink water as my throat is kind of destroyed, and we have a best of 5 finals that should be happening. So now barracks is there, about to complete. No second barracks coming out from Jimmy. He does have the refinery going down, which means that he's not going to do a no-gas expansion. But he did go for expand after getting enough for an add-on in his barracks in the last game. Simply he's going to deviate and do something else in this one. Looking down here, though, there is the gas. You see Semifinals core going down there, as well as a very forward pylon, the safest forward pylon you can possibly do in these positions as Protoss. That should allow for an almost immediate but pretty efficient, all things considered, proxy pylon. But there's going to be a little bit of attacking from that Marine. What did it attack? It hit the supply depot. So this Marine hit the supply depot of his own. So that's kind of unfortunate. Oh, it reminds me of the... Oh, okay, I don't know if you've seen this, but the Day 9 casting Chill versus Combat X in StarCraft 1, where Day 9 was still be told as ridiculous as possible. There is a part in there where the Archon attacks his own homeworld, and that I just made me flash back to that when I said the Marine's attacking its own supply depot, its own homeworld. So that's probably the funniest StarCraft thing I've ever seen in my life. Day 9 will still be as ridiculous as possible. A lot of things happen in that thing. So watching these guys once more, this Provo is going to go ahead and die to the Marines. There's a little bit of damage against an SCV, but that is it. But it's going to scout this attack coming in from this expansion onto Gatored. But Gatored should just go ahead and let his Nexus take those hits, and might be safe, but there's going to be a bunker being thrown down. And I think Gatored actually he does not see the bunker, but he's going to go ahead and send down probes. This is looking like a TVZ with the 2 racks coming in, but instead it's against a Protoss who's fast expanding. I was going to put in, but now with the Stalker coming in, this should be perfectly fine. But Gatored, move your Stalker! Move your Stalker! There you go! Finally moving the Stalker. That should be enough to go ahead and help this out. But now Gatored is going to go ahead, and he might just transfer to his Nexus at his natural, but that's not going to be the case. Jimmy, inside his own main base, is finishing his own command center after doing that little bit of pressure. But there's going to be a Reaper there, so the Reaper should actually clue in Gary to the fact that expansion is coming down, because it's generally the only time you really see a Reaper in their game. But he's also prepping to do some damage with his proxy pylon, and this Reaper's going to go get hit by the Stalker. One more shot. This Reaper should not be doing any killing of probes. It should die before it can do. Yep, there we go. But you know what? Didn't see anything except for these 3 gates now going to warp gates. I don't even know if Jimmy's actually aware of the fact that they turned into warp gates. He is not. But here is this command center up, this expansion up from Gatored. He does have a few more probes and SCVs, however, Jimmy is going to have his orbital command landing there at the expansion, which means a solid bit of economy is going to be out from him too. So go ahead and try and do a little bit of StarCraft 1 Dragoon type of thing to hit this, and basically snipe off. Never mind. He's not going to be able to snipe off that Marine as he comes up. We do see a lot of gate units coming out here with 3 gates. This could be pretty good, but the problem is that the bunker's getting repaired. We do see them getting sniped, though. SCV's getting hit, and one stalker goes down for an SCV. I don't know if that's going to be a fair trade or not. Gator could have easily just not sent that one in, but he's not going to be the case. He's going to be able to snipe off that SCV building that bunker, though. There, it's not going to get hit. Oh, he's missed his attack by a little bit. But there he is, finally takes it out. And it looks like Jimmy is actually not going to be able to salvage that bunker. It is not canceled. It loses all 100 minerals. But no concussive shells are out for those Marauders, which means they're going to be able to not just take out units really easily, but they try to retreat. It's kind of an awkward sentence. But moving in, we're having all these SCVs are continuing to repair, but the Zealots are once again in the back. Oh, this was hurting a lot more on the Typhon Peaks game that was played earlier between these guys, but still, these guys on the that was STALife against Gator, but these guys are running around. A lot of PvT awesomeness has been happening. These guys are continuing to press in. These Zealots, Stalkers are waiting to attack. This is doing a lot of damage to the front of Jimmy. This Jimmy is taking losses, not able to get out the bunkers. We can see the Zealots taking out a lot of those SCVs, but SCVs doing a great job of tanking damage, allowing the Marauders and Marines in the back to really hit Gator hard, but more Zealots are coming in. He's going to wait to... No, he's going to just snipe off that SCV building that bunker, and just doing so much in terms of delaying this constant action from Gator is really doing damage, but he's sacrificing some of those guys in stim on a lot of those bio units. That's going to hurt. We might be seeing some more moving in right now. Looking back in here, we do see more Gators being thrown down as Gator's money is starting to go up a little bit, but he's being very aggressive off of this 2 base. That's almost similar to 1 base. You can see he does have fair count of probes though against those SCVs. He's actually killed off 14 SCVs. Wow. So it could have actually been 38 versus 38 harvesters, but instead it's 38 versus 24. So very nice job by Gator. He's continuing to get up a lot more units with a 6 gate coming in. This 6 gate is going to be very strong. It's a huge wide open area to attack from, and that's going to be very hard for Jimmy to deal with. Especially because Jimmy's got his economy damaged very early. So all the units are coming in. There's no Cloak Banshee coming out from this, though it actually could be coming in. The reactor is going to be on top of this factory, which means that we're probably going to be seeing medevacs and not Banshees out of this starport. Vikings are always a possibility once you get the reactor, but it should be medevacs considering the situation. These guys are moving down, doing a lot of stuff. Mainly Zealots right now in the front. Good solid mix of units. You can see him warping in some more Zealots and Sentries in the front. He's going to be able to do a lot of force fielding and a lot of guard and shielding against these guys. See how damaged they are. You can see that Jimmy's also put down injured Marines. You can see just now his combat shield as he finishes, saw the icon change when he's inside the bunker. But now we're going to see this attack coming in, hitting the front. A lot of units, guardian shields, force fields are going to be preventing the repair on that bunker, so that bunker's going to fall almost instantaneously as these guys continue to move in. Zealots are now closing the gap. Kiting is now happening. Stim was happening on all his Marines as well, but those SCVs are going down. You can see all these guys are hitting and getting hit hard. We see some SCVs coming down the ramp too. Jimmy might get taken out by this as these Zealots are coming in for more reinforcements. Proxy Pylons helping out a ton, and the Marauders not attacking. It was on a rally point and nothing else but stim happening on those Marines. Stim and then Marauders comes down too, but this is a lot of units out here for Gator, and he's now more than doubled this food count, bringing a lot more Zealots and Stalkers into this attack. And oh my god, this is going to be bad. Jimmy trying to save those Marauders and Marines down there from his natural expansion, moving in, but Force is going to allow him to take out him being Gator to take out that Marauder. It's going to be bad. There's GG from Jimmy, so you can see Gator moving on to the finals is winning 2-1 against ThisIsJimmy in the semis. So definitely good play from the Zotac Cup number 6. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to move on to the finals.